For decades, George Strait has been known as the King of Country, a legend whose smooth voice and heartfelt lyrics have touched millions. With more than 60 number-one hits and a career spanning over 4 decades, Strait's music has become the soundtrack to countless lives. But behind the fame, the sold-out arenas, and the string of awards, there is a chapter in George Strait's life that is marked by unimaginable heartbreak. A tragedy involving his beloved son that forever changed the course of his family's story. George Strait's son, George "Bubba" Strait Jr., is often seen as the quiet force behind his father's later career. Bubba, born in 1981, has followed in his father's footsteps in many ways, becoming a talented songwriter and even joining George on stage for special performances. But the devastating details that haunt the Strait family are not about Bubba, but about his older sister, Jennifer Strait, and the tragedy that struck when Bubba was just a toddler. In June 1986, the Strait family was living what seemed to be a charmed life. George's career was on the rise and his family was his anchor. Jennifer, their firstborn, was a bright, beautiful 13-year-old with her whole life ahead of her. But on a warm summer night, everything changed in an instant. Jennifer was riding in a car with friends near San Marcos, Texas, when the driver lost control. The car flipped and Jennifer was tragically killed. The news sent shockwaves through the country music world, but for George and his wife, Norma, it was a loss that words could never fully describe. The pain of losing a child is something no parent should ever have to endure. For George Strait, the tragedy was compounded by the public nature of his life. Fans and media wanted to know how he was coping, but George, always a private man, withdrew from the spotlight. He stopped giving interviews for years, choosing instead to grieve in silence and focus on his family. Those close to him say that the loss of Jennifer changed him forever, giving his music a new depth and vulnerability that resonated with listeners in a way that only true heartbreak can. In the years that followed, George Strait rarely spoke about Jennifer's death. When he did, it was with a quiet reverence, a father's love shining through the pain. He once said, "We were blessed to have been able to spend 13 years with our beautiful daughter, Jennifer. She was just starting to find her way in the world, and we miss her every day." The family established the Jennifer Strait Memorial Foundation in her honor, supporting children's charities and keeping her memory alive through acts of kindness and generosity. For Bubba Strait, growing up in the shadow of such a tragedy was not easy. He was just a little boy when his sister died, too young to fully understand the loss but old enough to feel its impact. As he grew older, Bubba found solace in music and rodeo, two passions he shared with his father. The bond between George and Bubba grew stronger over the years, with Bubba eventually joining his father on tour and writing songs that would become hits. Their relationship is a testament to the healing power of family and the way love can help mend even the deepest wounds. But the devastating details of the Strait family's loss have never truly faded. Friends and fans alike have often wondered how George Strait managed to keep going, to keep singing songs of love and hope when his own heart was broken. The answer, it seems, lies in his faith, his family, and his music. George has often credited his wife, Norma, with being his rock, the person who helped him find strength in the darkest of times. Together, they have weathered the storms of life, holding tight to the memories of their daughter and the love that binds them. The tragedy of Jennifer Strait's death is a chapter that will always be part of George Strait's story. It is a reminder that even the brightest stars can be touched by sorrow, and that behind every legend is a human being who has faced unimaginable pain. For George, Bubba, and Norma, the journey has been one of loss, resilience, and the enduring power of love. As the years passed, the Strait family's tragedy remained a quiet undercurrent in George Strait's life and career. While the world saw a country superstar at the height of his powers, those closest to him knew that the loss of Jennifer was a wound that never fully healed. For Bubba Strait, growing up in the aftermath of such a profound loss shaped his childhood in ways that few could understand. The absence of his older sister was felt in every family photo, every holiday, and every milestone that she should have been there to share. Bubba, whose full name is George Harvey Strait Jr., was just 5 years old when Jennifer died. Too young to process the enormity of the tragedy, he grew up with stories and memories of a sister he barely remembered. The Strait family, fiercely private, rarely spoke about Jennifer in public, but within the walls of their home, her presence was always felt. Norma and George made sure that Bubba knew about his sister's kindness, her laughter, and the love she brought into their lives. They kept her memory alive not through grand gestures, but through the everyday acts of remembrance that bind a family together. As Bubba entered his teenage years, he found his own way to cope with the family's loss. Like his father, he was drawn to music, but he also developed a passion for rodeo. Bubba became an accomplished team roper, competing in events across Texas and the Southwest. The discipline and focus required for rodeo gave him a sense of purpose and a way to channel his emotions. George, who had always loved the cowboy lifestyle, supported his son's pursuits, often attending events and cheering him on from the sidelines. Music, however, remained a powerful force in Bubba's life. As he grew older, he began to write songs, drawing on his own experiences and the stories that shaped his family. In the early 2000s, Bubba started collaborating with his father, writing tracks that would appear on George Strait's later albums. Their creative partnership produced hits like "Living for the Night," a song that resonates with themes of loss, longing, and the search for meaning after tragedy. For both father and son, music became a way to process grief and to honor Jennifer's memory. The bond between George and Bubba grew even stronger as they worked together. On stage, their chemistry was undeniable, with Bubba often joining his father for special performances. Off-stage, their relationship was built on mutual respect, shared values, and a deep understanding of the pain they had both endured. Fans who watched them perform could sense the unspoken connection between them, a connection forged in loss, but strengthened by love. Despite the family's efforts to move forward, the shadow of Jennifer's death lingered. George Strait, known for his stoic demeanor, occasionally let his guard down in interviews, revealing the depth of his grief. He spoke of the importance of faith, the comfort he found in prayer, and the support he received from Norma and Bubba. "You never get over something like that," he once said. "You just learn to live with it." Those words resonated with fans who had experienced their own losses, and many found solace in George's music, which often touched on themes of heartache and healing. The Jennifer Strait Memorial Foundation, established in her honor, became a way for the family to turn their pain into something positive. The foundation supports children's charities in Texas, providing scholarships, funding medical research, and helping families in need. Through their philanthropy, the Straits have ensured that Jennifer's legacy lives on, touching the lives of countless children who will never know her story, but will benefit from her memory. For Bubba Strait, the journey has been one of quiet resilience. He has built a life that honors his sister's memory while forging his own path as a songwriter, cowboy, and devoted son. The devastating details of the Strait family's loss are a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable tragedy, it is possible to find hope, healing, and a way forward. As Bubba Strait matured, he continued to carve out his own identity, both within and outside the shadow of his father's fame and the family's tragedy. While the world often focused on George Strait's legendary career, those who knew the family best saw how Bubba's quiet strength and creativity became a source of healing for everyone around him. The bond between father and son deepened, not just through music and rodeo, but through the shared understanding of what it means to endure loss and keep moving forward. Bubba's songwriting became a powerful outlet for his emotions. He wrote several songs with his father, including "Hair for a Good Time," "Arkansas's Dave," and "Living for the Night." These tracks, filled with themes of resilience, nostalgia, and the bittersweet nature of life, resonated deeply with fans. For George, performing songs written with his son was more than just a professional collaboration. It was a way to connect with Bubba on a level that words alone could never express. Their music became a living tribute to Jennifer, a way to keep her spirit alive in every note and lyric. Despite his talents, Bubba has always preferred to stay out of the limelight. He rarely gives interviews and is seldom seen at high-profile events unless he's supporting his father or participating in a rodeo. Friends describe him as humble, grounded, and fiercely loyal to his family. He married his college sweetheart, Tamara, and together they have built a quiet life in Texas, raising their own children with the same values of love, faith, and resilience that George and Norma instilled in him. The Strait family's story is a testament to the power of faith in the face of adversity. George Strait has often spoken about how his Christian beliefs helped him survive the darkest days after Jennifer's death. He credits prayer, the support of his church community, and the unwavering love of Norma and Bubba for helping him find the strength to keep going. For Bubba, faith has also been a guiding force, providing comfort and perspective as he navigated the challenges of growing up in the shadow of both fame and loss. The devastating details of Jennifer's accident have never been far from the family's thoughts. Over the years, George and Bubba have both used their platforms to quietly advocate for safe driving and to support organizations that help families affected by tragedy. The Jennifer Strait Memorial Foundation continues to make a difference, funding scholarships and supporting children's causes throughout Texas. Each year, the family marks Jennifer's birthday and the anniversary of her passing with private moments of remembrance, choosing to honor her life rather than dwell on the pain of her loss. For fans, the Strait family's resilience is both inspiring and relatable. Many have written to George and Bubba, sharing their own stories of loss and healing. The Straits' willingness to be vulnerable in their music and their philanthropy has created a sense of community among those who have faced similar heartbreak. Through their example, they have shown that it is possible to find light in the darkness, to turn grief into purpose, and to build a legacy that honors the memory of a loved one. As Bubba continues to write songs and raise his family, he remains a quiet pillar of strength for George and Norma. The devastating details of the past have shaped him, but they do not define him. Instead, Bubba Strait stands as a testament to the enduring power of love, the importance of family, and the possibility of hope after tragedy. His journey, like his father's, is a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable loss, life can go on, and that the bonds we share with those we love are never truly broken. As the years have gone by, the Strait family's story has become one of quiet endurance and the subtle ways grief can shape a life. For Bubba Strait, the loss of his sister Jennifer was a defining event, even if he was too young to remember the details. The absence of an older sibling left a space in his life that could never be filled. But it also gave him a unique perspective on the value of family, the importance of cherishing every moment, and the need to find meaning in the face of sorrow. Bubba's relationship with his parents, especially his father, has always been close. George Strait, known for his stoic public persona, has often credited Bubba with helping him heal after Jennifer's death. Their shared love of music and rodeo became a way for them to bond, to communicate without words, and to support each other through the ups and downs of life. Bubba's presence on tour and in the songwriting process gave George a sense of purpose and continuity, a way to keep moving forward while honoring the past. The Strait family's approach to grief has always been deeply private. Unlike many celebrities who share every detail of their lives on social media, George, Norma, and Bubba have chosen to keep their pain and their healing out of the public eye. This decision has allowed them to grieve on their own terms, to find comfort in each other, and to protect the memory of Jennifer from the glare of the spotlight. Friends say that the family's strength comes from their unity, their faith, and their commitment to living life with integrity and compassion. Bubba's own family has become a source of joy and healing. He and his wife, Tamara, have 2 children, and Bubba is determined to give them the kind of loving, supportive upbringing that his parents gave him. He is a hands-on father, involved in his children's lives and eager to share with them the lessons he's learned from both his triumphs and his tragedies. The legacy of Jennifer lives on in the way Bubba raises his own family, with kindness, empathy, and a deep appreciation for the fragility of life. Music remains a central part of Bubba's life, both as a creative outlet and as a way to stay connected to his father. The songs they have written together are filled with emotion, honesty, and a sense of longing that speaks to anyone who has ever experienced loss. For George, performing these songs is a way to honor both his son and his daughter, to turn pain into art, and to share his story with fans who have supported him through every chapter of his career. The Strait family's resilience has inspired countless people who have faced their own tragedies. Letters and messages from fans pour in, thanking George and Bubba for their honesty, their strength, and their willingness to use their platform for good. The Jennifer Strait Memorial Foundation continues to make a difference, providing hope and support to children and families in need. Through their philanthropy, the Straits have turned their personal loss into a force for positive change, ensuring that Jennifer's memory will never be forgotten. For Bubba, the journey has been one of growth, acceptance, and quiet courage. He has learned to live with the pain of loss, to find meaning in the memories, and to build a life that honors both the past and the future. The devastating details of his family's tragedy are a part of his story, but they do not define him. Instead, Bubba Strait stands as a symbol of hope, resilience, and the enduring power of love. As the Strait family continues to move forward, they do so with grace, humility, and a deep sense of gratitude for the time they had with Jennifer. Their story is a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable heartbreak, it is possible to find healing, to create beauty from pain, and to inspire others to do the same. The story of Bubba Strait and his family is not just one of loss, but also of remarkable resilience and the quiet ways people find to keep going after tragedy. As Bubba has grown into adulthood, he has become a pillar of strength for his parents, a loving husband and father, and a respected figure in his own right. While the world may always associate the Strait name with country music royalty, those who know the family best understand that their greatest legacy is not found in awards or chart-topping hits, but in the way they have supported each other through life's darkest moments. Bubba's journey has been shaped by the lessons he learned from his parents. George and Norma Strait have always emphasized the importance of humility, hard work, and faith. These values have guided Bubba as he's navigated the challenges of growing up in the public eye and dealing with the private pain of losing a sibling. He has chosen to live a life that is grounded, authentic, and focused on what truly matters: family, faith, and making a positive impact in the world. One of the most remarkable aspects of Bubba's story is the way he has used his talents to honor his sister's memory. Through his songwriting, he has found a way to express emotions that are often too difficult to put into words. Songs like "Living for the Night" and "Here for a Good Time" are more than just hits. They are windows into the soul of a family that has learned to find joy in the midst of sorrow. For fans, these songs offer comfort and connection, a reminder that even the most successful and admired people are not immune to heartbreak. Bubba's involvement in the Jennifer Strait Memorial Foundation is another testament to his character. He has worked alongside his parents to ensure that the foundation continues to make a difference in the lives of children and families across Texas. Whether it's funding scholarships, supporting medical research, or providing resources for those in need, the foundation is a living tribute to Jennifer's spirit and the love that still binds the Strait family together. Despite the pain of the past, Bubba has built a life filled with purpose and meaning. He continues to write music, compete in rodeo events, and raise his children with the same values that have sustained his family for generations. Friends describe him as humble, generous, and deeply committed to those he loves. He is not interested in fame or recognition for its own sake. Instead, he finds fulfillment in the quiet moments, watching his children grow, working alongside his father, and giving back to his community. For George Strait, seeing his son thrive has been a source of immense pride and comfort. The bond between father and son is unbreakable, forged in the fires of loss and strengthened by years of shared experiences. Together, they have faced the unimaginable and emerged with a deeper appreciation for life, love, and the power of music to heal. The devastating details of the Strait family's tragedy will always be a part of their story, but they are not the whole story. Bubba Strait's life is a testament to the possibility of hope after heartbreak, of finding light in the darkness, and of building a future that honors the past without being defined by it. His journey is a reminder that grief is not something to be overcome, but something to be carried with grace, courage, and compassion. As the Strait family continues to move forward, they do so with a sense of purpose and a commitment to making a difference in the world. Their story is one of love, loss, and the enduring strength of family, a story that resonates with anyone who has ever faced adversity and found a way to keep going. As the years continue to pass, the story of Bubba Strait and his family stands as a powerful example of how love and resilience can carry us through even the most devastating losses. The Strait family's journey is not just about the pain of losing Jennifer, but about the ways they have chosen to honor her memory and support one another through every season of life. For Bubba, the lessons learned from tragedy have shaped him into a man of quiet strength, deep compassion, and unwavering loyalty. Bubba's life today is a testament to the healing power of time, faith, and family. He remains deeply involved in the world of music, not only as a songwriter but as a creative partner to his father. Their collaborations have produced some of George Strait's most heartfelt and memorable songs, each one carrying echoes of the family's shared experiences. For fans, these songs are more than just entertainment. They are a window into the soul of a family that has faced unimaginable sorrow and found a way to keep moving forward. At home, Bubba is a devoted husband and father, committed to giving his children the kind of loving, supportive upbringing that helped him survive his own darkest days. He teaches them about kindness, resilience, and the importance of cherishing every moment. The legacy of Jennifer lives on in the stories he shares, the values he instills, and the quiet acts of generosity that define his daily life. For Bubba, being a good father and husband is the ultimate tribute to his sister's memory and the best way to honor the family that has always stood by his side. The Strait family's commitment to philanthropy remains strong. The Jennifer Strait Memorial Foundation continues to support children's charities, medical research, and educational initiatives across Texas. Through their work, the Straits have turned personal tragedy into a force for good, touching the lives of countless families who face their own struggles. Bubba's involvement in the foundation is a reflection of his desire to make a difference, to ensure that Jennifer's legacy is one of hope, compassion, and lasting impact. For George Strait, the journey has been one of both heartbreak and healing. The loss of his daughter changed him forever, but it also deepened his appreciation for the blessings he still has: his wife, his son, and the music that has connected him to millions. George has often said that faith and family are the cornerstones of his life, and nowhere is that more evident than in the way he has supported Bubba and Norma through every trial. Their bond is unbreakable, forged in the fires of grief and strengthened by years of shared love and perseverance. The devastating details of the Strait family's loss are a reminder that no one is immune to tragedy, not even those who seem to have it all. But their story is also a testament to the power of resilience, the importance of community, and the healing that comes from turning pain into purpose. Bubba Strait's journey is a beacon of hope for anyone who has ever faced loss, showing that it is possible to find meaning, joy, and connection even after the darkest of days. As the Strait family looks to the future, they do so with a sense of gratitude and humility. They know that life is fragile, that every moment is precious, and that the bonds of family are what truly matter. Through their music, their philanthropy, and their unwavering support for one another, they continue to honor Jennifer's memory and inspire others to do the same. In the end, the story of Bubba Strait is not just about tragedy. It is about the enduring power of love, the strength that comes from family, and the hope that can be found even in the face of unimaginable loss. The Straits have shown that while grief may never fully disappear, it can be transformed into something beautiful, a legacy of kindness, resilience, and faith that will endure for generations to come.